So yeah, y'all, that's how I made these two boards. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today's another Vlogtober video where I wanted to do a do-it-yourself Hocus Pocus board. So as you guys have previously seen, I created a board last year, and I never got to share exactly how I made this board. I just literally like put it up. So I have a Hocus Pocus board. I'm going to show you guys two different designs on how you can make this board using the Cricut machine and with quick and easy supplies from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any craft store, honestly. Honestly, I had gotten this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Of course, I have my own vinyl, and to seal it, I used a certain type of sealer. The lights were from a sponsorship that I had a while ago, but I wanted to show you guys how to make boards. So for this craft, you're going to need to have a Cricut machine, of course, but you're also going to need to have this certain type of sealer that I'll show you guys. You're also going to need like some type of lights that you can hot glue around, and a hot glue gun, of course. And you're going to need some ribbon, and you also could use like a zip tie, one of the little really thin ones, because you're not putting too much ribbon on, but I'll share with you guys. Alright, so I have my iPad here. I'm on the Cricut Maker app. Of course, I have to sign in. So I'm going to go to My Stuff, scroll until I get to the Hocus Pocus image that I used, and I'm going to add to canvas. So here is our first image that we're going to use. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. Meanwhile, you're going to need boards. These boards were a 12-pack for about $6 from Hobby Lobby. I went ahead and painted one black, one gray, and it also has the varnish on here that you're going to need. This is the satin varnish. You just literally like apply it just like as if you're painting. So allow that to dry, and then you have two boards that are ready to go. I have my weeding tool, a little cup to put satin varnish over once we're done, my mat, all of my vinyl, and some clear transfer tape. So here is the Cricut machine. I'm going to turn it on and open it up. One of the first things I do is measure out the width that I would want the wording to be. So if I start all the way over here, I don't want it to be any bigger than about 7 inches, just because it starts here and it'll stop here. So the main colors that I needed for this project is the yellow, orange, and purple, which is the hair colors. Once I went ahead and got those cut out and then peeled off the excess vinyl, I then am able to go in and get ready to apply it to the board. So the way that I apply it to the board is paint it the color that I want it as the background, and then I go in with the satin varnish and like do a layer of that over top, and then allow it to dry. What that does is just allows me to kind of have like a sticky texture so that I'm able to add the vinyl to it. I'm taking my clear tape and I am going in to get ready to apply those pieces. Once again, you got to have the board and the vinyl. So these are smaller than the one that I had made originally, which was fine, but it left a lot of room. So just make sure that you're like planning your pieces the way that you want to plan it. The good thing about transfer tape is you don't have to keep buying a bunch. You can just easily use it over and over until it's no longer sticky to apply the vinyl. That is one thing that I learned when I first started doing this, is definitely don't just throw the piece away because you just used it on one piece. That is the great consumption of like saving money by just simply reusing the transfer tape until you can no longer reuse it. And if things happen like that, just stick it back down and continue moving on. Now, the part that I forgot to grab was the scraping tool, which would have helped me get it on there better than just using my hand, but I didn't feel like digging down in my craft bin just to find it. So like I said, I'm reusing the transfer tape to get the stars on, the bats on, the broom on, the cat on, and then kind of just going from there. Satin varnish can be used for a variety of things. The main reason why I started using the satin varnish was on ornaments. Whether, you know, like wanting to make sure that it sticks, or on the inside where I had to put glitter in when I first started selling those. So that is how I found out about satin varnish. This is actually a really good thing to have because once you put it over top of like your vinyl, it's not gonna flop off, it's not gonna like peel up. So I just went ahead in and put satin varnish everywhere, and this is just going to help it to stay down. It's going to help it to not fall off, and it's also just going to like give it like a sealer. Like I said before, you can use this with a lot of different projects, especially like this. So the same way that I put that on is the same way that you put it on before you put vinyl on. Our second board that I wanted to make is simply this. It says, I put a spell on you. It has all three hairstyles. Unfortunately, with this one, I totally forgot how big it was, and did not get the chance to add those onto the board. But I did save them and use them for an extra board that I'll throw in at the end. So as you guys can see, I was trying my best to figure out like where to put it at, and it just wasn't working. I needed space to add the spell part, and it wasn't going to fit. So I played it smart and just went ahead and put down the I put a on you first with the broom and the bats and the stars. That way I knew exactly how much room I had to work with when using this vinyl size that I printed out. So long story short, always measure before you start to do it. And sometimes, even though you've already printed it out, it's a good thing because you can always use it on other materials. So I see here that with the way the broom is, there would be no way for me to put the hairstyles at the top. And that's fine because, like I said, you can always improvise and add it on to other boards. But at least you have it printed out, and you have it printed out in the colors that you need it. that's how I made these 2 boards. One of them was supposed to have the heads on them, but it's too big, so just made it just like this. I put a spell on you with the broom, and then I have the regular, it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus board, just like the one behind me, without these being too big. So see you guys in the next Vlogtober video.